People, we're back at it again, and this is Out of Curiosity with Mz.ChiGurl, and I'm your host, Mz.ChiGurl. Hi, everybody. How are you this lovely day during this heat wave? Oh my God, are you ready? You see, I'm out showing my arms and stuff, which I don't normally like to do, but I was like, you're not gonna catch me out here hot. I don't like being hot, especially when you're a perimenopausal woman and you have those hot flashes. It ain't cute. So I don't care about my arms at this time. At this time. So you're gonna see my arms out. See my arms out. Anyway, so I have a lot to cover with you guys. I might create a long form video and then chop it up into little sections. Because I know some of you, I don't know if it's your ADD or ADHD, you can't do long form videos. So we may chop it up. So this weekend, I tried a new restaurant with some friends of mine, and it was nice. I'm gonna show you the short form video for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram. I do have a little footage, it's very small, and I can show you, what we all had, and basically. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about a few things that are trending, and I want to ask some thoughts. But before I get started with that, I wanted to go over this new thing that I'm trying. Here we go. Where I told you I have affirmations for a badass. And so I'm going to pull a card during our videos, and it's going to have an affirmation for all of us to see if we can stay inspired. And I already see a good one, and I think it's going to, I hope inspire everybody. It says, she inspires everyone around her with her courage. Let's see, here we go. She inspires everyone around her with her courage. So whether that's you or somebody you know, stay encouraged. If you need help, let people know. One of the things that I kind of found this out period this year, was dealing with health issues, and I only talked about it with a select few. I mean, I think that's reasonable, to only tell a few people. But then people were reaching out to me, hey, how you doing? What's been going on? And I tell them, and they're like, why didn't you tell me? And so, like, I just didn't want to bother, or I don't know. I don't know what it was. I just didn't, I guess, want to talk about it too much, because I guess I didn't want to get down, or more upset than I already was, or worried, or whatever. Because, people have a bunch of questions when you're going through stuff, and sometimes you don't always have the answers. And so you just wait till it's over and tell everybody. And that's kind of what I did. So just check on your friends. Make sure they're okay. I have to do that with a couple of my friends, and they do it with me as well. Like one person I know in particular, I'll be like, hey, this is a wellness check. How you doing? So just, check on your friends. Make sure they're okay, because they may seem like they have courage and that they're doing well. They may be struggling, especially in these times. These are some difficult times we're going through right now. Not to, I'm sorry. I don't know why this video came up in my head, but I have to show this to you. I'm going to say that it may be offensive to some people, but I thought it was hilarious. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm going to start off the video with this. So let me share my screen once I get it up. 1 second. So there's this video on social media where this elderly woman has a problem with her neighbor's dogs, and how she handles the situation was completely uncalled for. And basically, she found out the meaning of, what is it? FOFA? No, maybe it's FAFO. One of those. But she basically found out. So I'm going to share my screen and you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, here is the video. And I'm going to play this according to the fair use, copyright, fair use, disclosure. And let me see if it'll play.
It's apartment B. B is a boy? Yeah. I'm coming about my dog. Yeah. What's in here? The dogs I got to go. They attack my dogs, they got to go. I have insurance on my fucking dogs. I don't know if you do, but the dog's gonna have to fucking go today. If not, I would do something to him. That dog shouldn't have been fucking loose. That's part of the lease violation. It has to be on a fucking lease. Miss Miriam, I need you to separate yourself from her. I'm gonna hurt this bitch because this is not the first running I had with her. This is your oh no, you had the boy put out for the dog because you was messing with him. That's why he had to leave. Oh, shut the fuck, bitch. I'm talking about my dog. I don't know that. I got $1,200 dogs. My dog costs $1,200 a piece. You got some motherfucking bullshit. If you cared anything about that dog, he would have been on the leash. He would have been on the leash. What? Oh, you damn right. I'm in your fucking face, bitch. I will fucking not fuck you. Hey, don't you hit me. Do it. Fucking hold me. What you hit me for? Get my phone, Fabian. I can't move. I need an ambulance. Why the fuck you hit me? I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance. Now. What the fuck you hit me for? Your dog bit my fucking dog. I need an ambulance. You see that shit? Okay, Miss Miriam, stay on the line with me. I'm getting some help. My head is something wrong with my head. It must be bleeding. Why the fuck you came?
Oh, sorry. I do not believe in elderly use. What? Why? Why did that woman go over there like that? And I know the elderly, when they get older, they don't care and they do whatever because I'm getting to that point. But I hope I don't get to our point. Oh my God. When I saw that video, and I'm bad, I keep watching it. Why did the woman go over there and then have the nerve to slap her and thought she wasn't going to do nothing? Just because you're of a particular age and you can't get away with talking crazy to people, you can't get away with touching them. Don't touch nobody. Don't put your hands on nobody. And what was funny is that she was on the phone with the police doing all this stuff. And so if you read that article, which is on the Neighborhood Talk, and I'll put the link in my description, basically, they said at this time, there have been no charges filed against anybody. So if it is, I would love to hear what they would charge her with, and who would get charged. Because as far as I can see, she threw the first punch. Well, it wasn't a punch, but she touched her first. And so it was self-defense in the neighbors, from the neighbor's perspective, my vantage point. But anyway, so I just wanted to share that with y'all. Let me get started with the stuff I want to talk about. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, and something that I've been seeing, it seems like it's becoming a trend on the reality shows. Women get with men who have money or means to kind of take care of them. And then because of that, they don't handle business on their side. So now they're going through a divorce and they don't know what to do. And so an example of this is Fumi from Bell Collective, Birmingham, and also Kelly from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So the episode I'm talking about with Kelly, it wasn't this past Sunday, but it was the Sunday before last, where she went to meet with a financial advisor and she was giving him all of her, um, basically all of her debt and everything so he could go over what she needs to work on. And she was saying how she was a real housewife and that, she let her husband handle all the stuff. And then the same thing with Fumi. They asked her what her mortgage was because she and her, so on uh, Bell Collective Birmingham, uh, Fumi is married and I don't know what her husband does, but she's telling him how she wanted a $2.5 million home. And he was like, no, we can't afford that. You need to, come on down. The budget is this. And she kept insisting. And so when they had the reunion host, Carlos King, was like, well, do you know how much your mortgage is? And she was like, no. And so that's why I'm saying WTF. Like, what you mean you don't know how much your mortgage is? I don't know. You guys have to tell me. Maybe it is the family I came from. In my family, my grandmother handled the finances. Then my aunt, she handled the finances in her marriage. Now these are people who were married 50 plus years. Like I want to say my grandparents actually were 60 and the same thing with my aunt. 60 years. And the women managed the finances. Then we have my mother. I don't know if she handled the finances in her marriage, but I know she handled business as far as finances before she got sick and she started telling me about everything that was going on. I was like, my mother's a freaking genius. I was like, I didn't realize how much my mom really had her ish together. She she had stuff together where it was for their household, and she had it together where she had things set up for me and my son. And I aspired really to be like my mom. I'm really mad because my mom told me things back when I was a kid and in college and everything, and she tried to set me up for success. And I don't know what I was on. I was like, I'm in my 20s. I can mess up. I can this, I can that. And so I came out of college. So, mind you, my mother, who was a single mother, she wasn't married at that time. Well, no, I take that back. She was married when I went to college. But long story short, my mother paid for me to go to college and she borrowed the money against her 401k to pay for me. And I was like, dang, I want to be like that. So I came out of college without any student loan debt. I didn't get student loan debt until I tried to go back to get my master's and my son going to school because I ain't have the money for my 401k. No, let me rephrase. I had the money. I already had taken loans against my 401k. So I couldn't pay for my son's college tuition like she did mine. So, like I said, I've made mistakes, but I feel like I'm in a better place now financially. And that was one of the things that I was happy about. I was like, when I finally got myself on track, I was like, okay, so by the time I'm 50, I'll pretty much be almost debt free, because I still have a mortgage, but my car is paid for. I don't have any crazy credit card debt. When I do use my credit card, I pay it off, at the end of the month. And that's, of course, what I should have been doing back in the day. And then the only reason why I have savings is because I got laid off. once they laid off and gave me my severance package, then I was able to set up my emergency savings and, have a regular savings. And then, of course, even though I'm unemployed, I'm trying my best not to touch all the other things in my portfolio. I'm going to be 52 in 2 weeks. And so I can't touch my retirement money without penalty until I'm 59 and a half. So I'm trying to do the things, to not touch it. The fact that I'm seeing women in reality TV talking about that they don't know about money and things like that really disheartens. I know that not everybody gets on TV with the intentions of being a role model, but I wish we would talk more about how to do things to increase our wealth instead of displaying our wealth. Like, again, we use Kelly as an example because I actually did a video about it where I was talking about are we spoiling our Black children? And an example of it was Kelly, for her daughter's 17th birthday, bought her daughter 17 designer purses. And I was like, is that really, what's the word I want to say? Is that helpful? Is that useful? Yes, I know some designer purses are actually investments. Like if you get into the high end bags of like a Hermes or a Louis Vuitton or a Birkin. Well, Birkin is a Hermes, but Chanel, you know. But of course, if you take care of it. But is a 17-year-old really going to take care of that bag? So that's why I'm saying, is it smart to gift your child 17 designer bags just to show that you balling or whatever, as opposed to actually doing something helpful towards her future? And yeah, don't get me wrong. I like to spend money and spoil my child too. I mean, I've been told that I'm guilty of that, and my son is 26 and still living with me. And so he's reaping the benefits. But from what I see in the news and everything, that's becoming the norm now. That kids can't even afford to get out on their own until they're in their 30s or mid 30s, you know? And so, he's right on track. According to my son, though, he'd rather I move and he keeps this place as opposed to him moving out. He was like, why should I leave when all the modern conveniences that I want are here? So I'm just saying that I would like to see more, and just to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, I will say Pinky and I guess Kelly, they're both talking about how they're going through bankruptcies and so forth. And so the difference between Pinky and Kelly though is that Pinky is trying to, I guess, spread the knowledge. She's explaining the difference between the different bankruptcies. She's talked about how she's going to reorganize. She's also talking about how, she didn't initially share with her husband that she was going to file bankruptcy because she wants to figure it out on her own. I get that. And there was also a discussion that was had that because her husband wanted to bail her out, they were saying that it was actually good that she doesn't have her husband bail her out because if he has the money, so I guess she needs 5 million. So if he has 5 million liquid, you don't want to spend your liquid money. You want to, you know, go at it a different way. And so bankruptcy would make more sense than getting rid of your liquid assets. But anyway, so I love the thought and I love that he was trying to be supportive. And so that actually, you know, made me feel good as far as, learning from a situation like that. Now, mind you, I am talking about a marriage situation. I've never been married. I've never had to share my finances with somebody. And that's another topic too that I want to talk about. But I'm just saying, sometimes you can learn from other people's mistakes. And so hearing about Pinky's situation did make me feel like I was learning something and that, okay, I know what not to do. And not just me. I'm saying others as well. Now, Kelly's situation sounds like my situation, like when I was in my. No, actually, I guess I was probably around Kelly's age when I was going through the things that I was going through. And I feel for her, especially because she has more kids than I did. I only have the one child. She has 4 children, one in college, and then 3 that were with her husband who are minors, and he's not paying child support. Um, she had to move out of her home. She says because of neighbors, but I'm wondering if it's more than just a neighbor situation. And then, although I do understand, because when I got rid of my first condo, it was partly because of neighbors, but the main reason was when somebody broke in on my ass. I was like, nope, I'm not staying here. We getting rid of this mofo. So, so what do you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts and so forth about what you think about this type of situation, and if you think that I'm being too not literal, but like this is TV. You don't need an education. You don't need anybody to teach you how to handle your finances. And I'm just taking it too serious. I'm just saying that if this is truly how women out here are living, that they're just looking for a man to not be a knight in shining armor. Although I do think that some women do that, but I'm saying you can have your knight in shining armor and you can have a little savings account on the side for emergencies and just in case. Because sometimes the fairy tale does end. All right, next topic. So I was telling you guys about sources of income and so forth like that. So of course, because I was laid off from my job and the unemployment has run out, I'm trying to figure out other sources of income. One of the things I'm doing, and I tried this before, is, and I talked about this in my video. So for those of you who follow me last year, I did a video where I was trying different things to try and create sources of income. One of the things I said I was going to do is like, I purchased those Beyonce tickets as an investment. That didn't work out. I actually took a loss on that because I wasn't able to sell the tickets. I wasn't even able to break even. So I wasn't, and that could have been me. The tickets I bought for last year's Cowboy Carter tour, I bought them for one price, and nobody was buying them until the week of the concert. That's when the tickets actually sold. And if I had known that's how the game was played, if you will, I would have at least tried to get my money back and sell them for the price that I paid for them. But instead, I put a lower price and they went just like that. So, anyway, like I said, that was a bust. Another thing I did is I was trying to sell some of my clothes. And so I used a company called ThreadUp. Well, the process with ThreadUp took a long time. I sent them my clothes. They had them for about 6 to 7 months. And then when they finally put them on the website and posted them for sale, I told them how much I paid for them, how they were new, never worn, all that kind of stuff. And they priced them really low, in my opinion. Then not only that, the website had a sale where, let's say you are a first time user of the website, you can get your clothes for 50% off. And so people were buying my clothes. Let's say the price was $30. If they were a first time user of the website, it was 50% off. So that means they were able to buy my clothes for $15. And then of that $15, the red up got 70% and I got 30% because they did all the shipping. They did all the stuff. They shipped to the people, guarantee and all that stuff. And then, oh wait, this is the thing that I really love is that unless you had a certain amount, you couldn't even cash out. You can only get a gift card, and it was only to certain stores. And so I sent them 11 items that I had them valued at $500 maybe. And I only got $70 off of that 500. So I was like, I'm done with this. So fast forward, I found a couple of new websites this time. I found this one website that's called Vinted. It's Vinted. I haven't tried the site yet, but basically it's where I'm supposed to post the clothes, I mark the price, and then I ship the clothes to people. And I get to keep my profit. I believe it's 100%. It may, I'm sure it's some kind of fee in there. Um, and so I was going to try that process out this week. But last time I was at my stylist, I was telling her about what I was going to do. And she was like, "Oh, well, have you tried Poshmark?" And I was like, "No, I never heard of them." And so I was looking at the Poshmark site, and it looks like it might be better for me because I think the way it works is they're going to print out all the labels and I have to take it to the place and box it. So I'll tell you more once I get into it because I haven't actually started it yet. But I'm in the process of getting all the clothes together, hanging them up, and taking all the photos. I might do a video showing you of me getting ready to do or get my clothes together for sale for the Poshmark and let you know about that. Then this is another thing for you guys. Do you guys have any suggestions for ways to make money? I'm sorry, I'm not going back into corporate, at least not now. I'm not saying never. They always say never say never. But right now, I'm still healing. Like, I went out to brunch, like I told you guys, with my friends over the weekend. And just doing normal things, oh my God, I get so tired. And so I just don't, I still need to build up my endurance. And I am getting better though. I'm able to walk with a cane as opposed to my walker. Like sometimes I'm supposed to be using my walker, but because of vanity, I don't want to. The only time I will use my walker is if I'm going someplace that I know it's going to be a long wait. Like when I go to the pharmacy to pick up my prescriptions, it's going to be a long wait. I take my walker because I have what's called a rollator, which is a walker that you can also turn into a seat. And so, yeah, I'm going to have my rollator with me. I go to the pharmacy. But if I'm hanging out with my girls, you're going to see me with a cane. And maybe eventually I'll be able to get off the cane. But right now, I'm still using the cane. Also, let me show you other brunch. I said I was going to show you guys, and I didn't. I'm going to pull up the video for you, and then I will share screens once. Okay. Again, here is my Instagram for those of you who follow me on YouTube. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is Mz.ChiGurl or Mz.Chi, CHI girl with a U, GURL. And my latest video right here is my video of my lunch with my friends. It's not a video, but it's pictures. So this is me on my way to my little place, to the brunch. This is brulee Oh, you can't see it. It's cut off. But I had a picture of, you can see the name of the restaurant above. Anyway, the address is 2036 South Michigan. And then as far as what we had, of course, I'm gonna have my cocktails. I'm a drinker. Yes, I am. I admit it. I had it's called Storms Brewing, and they said it's their version of a hurricane. It was actually pretty good. Try it out if you're into your mixed drinks. Also, so this one was a special order. So this is fried lobster with crawfish gravy and grits. The way they sell it is like this. They do catfish and grits. I don't like catfish. And for those of you who know Mz.ChiGurl, Mz.ChiGurl doesn't do catfish. Mz.ChiGurl doesn't do spicy food. Mz.ChiGurl doesn't do broccoli. Mz.ChiGurl doesn't do raisins. And so all I asked them to do was substitute the catfish with the fried lobster tail, and they gave it to me deconstructed. So I had to put it together on my own plate. Whereas my friend, they put it all nice on her plate. And then my other friend, she had French toast, and I believe this was shrimp and grits. This is what we had at Brulee. And it was delicious. I actually took some home to my son. I also got their, what's it called? Crispy Brussels sprouts. I didn't take a picture of them because, it was in the to-go container. So it always looks different when it's in the to-go container. But we had those as well. And this is me in my little outfit. It was so funny. I thought I was looking cute too. And my son said that I look like I was a professor at Hogwarts who teaches herbology to the students. My smart ass son. Anyway, so this is what I look like when I went to brunch. But I thought this was a good brunch outfit. What do you guys think? Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go over what's going on around town in Chicago. I haven't done that in a while, and there's been a lot been going on, and I'm really mad too because I don't know if you guys have heard about these $200 oysters that have been going viral. I want to say in Atlanta. Well, the restaurant that was making these $200 oysters actually came to Chicago this weekend. So they were here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I forgot all about it. Long story short, they're here today. Today is June 30th. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna try and get it or not because, like I said, sometimes my energy level, I'm not able to do it or whatever. But if you guys were able to get the viral oysters, first of all, would you pay that much for the oysters? And I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So I'm gonna share my screen again so you can see the oysters, and let me know what you think. So again, they decided to extend it till today. And so all weekend they did pre-orders. This time is first come, first serve. So it's going to be hosted at 8734 South Stony Island at the S2 City Grill. Of course, they're using their space. I want to say that they're a food truck, and so they are in the parking lot, but they're asking you to support their the business S2 City Grill and Daiquiri Bar and purchase a drink or something from them, so you know that they're benefiting from them using the space. But this is people who lined up for the oysters over the weekend. And so, these are supposed to be real big. I'm trying to find out, are these natural oysters? Because I ain't never seen oysters this big. And I know they're adding stuff to it too, as far as, and that's why it costs so much. They're adding a lot of seafood. So as you can see, this is a big pan, and this whole thing costs $200. Let me show you the other stuff that These are other people that showed up for the event. Okay. Well, she's not opening her stuff. Let me see. I don't see people. Okay, here's somebody else opening it. They had some more videos too that I saw on TikTok. So maybe I need to go to TikTok to see the actual videos of the different kinds of food that they had. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the website. They decided to extend it till today. And so all weekend they did pre-orders. This time is first come, first serve. It's going to be hosted at 8734 South Stony Island at the S2 City Grill. Of course, they're using their space. I want to say that they're a food truck, and so they are in the parking lot, but they're asking you to support the business S2 City Grill and Daiquiri Bar and purchase a drink or something from them. Okay. I don't know what happened. I had technical difficulties and my camera went out. You see what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff I have to deal with nowadays. There we go. Eh. Like I told you guys, I was in the middle of showing you guys about the oysters and just the camera just went out. But I guess I didn't need the camera because I was, showing you guys all of the things about the oysters. But I'm just saying, this is the kind of ish that I have to deal with. Um, oh, but I was trying to go over things going on around town. So let me actually go back. Okay, so I'm done showing you about the oysters. So let's go back to what I'm looking at. So I wanted to show you guys the things that I see that are going on around town. So this was something else that I'm so mad I didn't get a chance to tell you guys about. I think this would have been great for us to participate in as an audience. So over the weekend there was a Black Girl Wellness Fest, and they had a guest speaker, Megan Good from the TV show Harlem. It looks like they had a lot of Black-owned women businesses that could have supported this weekend. Wow, I'm mad that I didn't get a chance to tell you guys about it. But I did see that there's supposed to be another wellness event coming, but it's not a Black Girl Wellness Fest. So forgive me, y'all, for not being on top of it and giving you guys all the information, about what's going on around town and supporting our local Black-owned businesses. Another thing that I want to tell you guys about, I don't know if anybody watches the show, but this show stars Michellebuteau. She was on that BET Plus show called First Wives Club with Jill Scott. Anyway, when that got canceled, she had her own TV show to come out on Netflix called Survival of the Thickest. I believe this season 3 that's coming out on July 2nd is going to be the series finale. Check it out. Go watch season 1 and 2. I really enjoyed the show. I hope you guys would like it too. All right, let's see. What else was I trying to tell you guys about? This was another thing I wanted to tell you about that I thought looked cool. Apparently, there's going to be a water lantern festival July 12th and 13th. And it looks like if you go to this website and get the tickets early, you can save 45% off. I don't know how much the tickets are because I'm not even sure. Oh, I said the 12th and 11th, 13th, and it's July 11th and 12th. Sorry about that. But if you're into going outside and crowds, which I'm not, but if you were, it looks like they're doing this and it looks interesting and fun. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to bring it to you because it looks like a opportunity to like woosah is my point. So this is the other wellness festival that I was telling you guys about. It's going to be September 10th, and it's going to be Lakeshore Drive. It says at the Lakeshore Drive Theater from 5 to midnight. You can get your tickets. I put all the links and stuff in my description so you can check it out. And it says expect 20 plus fitness and wellness classes, yoga, Pilates. I don't know what HIIT is, but community run and walk, local vendors, recovery experiences and wellness brands, bingo with 50 prizes, foods, drinks, giveaways, and exclusive discounts. So for more, I put the link out there for you guys so you can check it out. Let's see what else was there that I wanted to tell you guys about. So this weekend, I spent the weekend watching this new movie that came out called Strong that was on Peacock. This movie was produced by Tyler Perry, but it was directed by Malcolm D. Lee. For those of you who may or may not be familiar with Malcolm, he is the one who brought us The Best Man, all the Best Man movies. That was him. And he's Spike Lee's cousin. Oh, I didn't even realize this. This is Spike Lee's page that I'm looking at. So yeah, his cousin promoted his movie. Now, I'm gonna tell you, it was interesting. To me, it reminded me of an elevated Tubi movie. Now, mind you, I've never watched a Tubi movie, but I've heard. Um, so I'm gonna say it's in between Tubi and Tyler Perry is where it would fall. It's not at the Best Man level, but it had potential. So check out Strong on Peacock if you have it. What was another thing I wanted to tell you guys about? Here we go. So there is a Japanese garden on Chicago South Side at 6401 South Stony Island. Apparently they're gonna have some kind of meditation going on. This isn't the video, so I gotta find the video so that you can see it. I've always wanted to go here, but I was like, I don't even know where you would park for this. And now that the Obama Library is over there, I know that parking is probably horrible because this is down the street. And so people may be taking the parking that used to be for this place, to go to the Obama Library, but I don't know. Another thing I want to tell you about. Did you guys hear about this? They are rebooting Little House on the Prairie. It's going to stream on Netflix on July 9th. This is funny to me because I was alive during Little House on the Prairie. I remember watching it, but I can't tell you a thing about those episodes. I just remember seeing Melissa Gilbert. That's the only thing I can really tell you. Well, no, I think I remember a golden locks little girl named Nellie who was a bully, but that's about it. And so, yeah. Um, are you guys gonna check this out on Netflix? Do we need a black version of Little House on the Prairie? Ah, let me know your thoughts. Okay, what else we got coming up? Uh, this is something I wanted to tell you guys about. Now, I don't know if you're gonna do it like me. Now that I've gotten older, it's like I'm a reverse vampire. I don't like going out at night. And so I don't know if I'll be doing it. But the Thursday night market, which is like a farmer's market, is coming to Chicago July 9th through September 24th. It's supposed to be at the Water Tower Place on level 4. So if you're interested in checking it out, it looks like they have ready to eat food and snacks, desserts and sweet treats, products from local makers, vintage clothing like music, arts, handmade goods, and creative projects from Chicago vendors. Check it out. Vendors, I'm sorry. Uh, ah, Here's another thing I wanted to tell you guys about. Tyler Perry. So apparently Tyler Perry is supposed to be bringing back Why Did I Get Married? Except this one is going to be Why Did I Get Married Again? and it's set to come out on Netflix. You know, Tyler has all these agreements with all of those streaming services. He has something with BT Plus. They bought him out. He has something with Amazon, and he has some with Netflix. So, will you be checking out 3? I'm gonna be honest with you, I will, because I love the "Why Did I Get Married" thing. So, I'm just telling you, I'm going to be checking it out. Oh, but let me tell you one more thing before I get to this other story I've been meaning to tell you guys about. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I have been going to Lawrence's since I was a little girl. My parents have always taken me here. And when I want my oysters, this is where I normally go. So Lawrence's is on Canal and is not far from Chinatown. Well, I guess they're trying to do a little summer series where they're doing patio sessions on Tuesdays. And I've seen where they're doing house music, they're doing R&B, they're doing all the things. So if you would like to, have a nice fun vibe, listening to some music and get some seafood, check out Lawrence's on. I'll give you their address in my description. But all I remember is they're like 22nd and Canal. So if you're into it, check them out. Now, before I get to, let me see, was there anything else I wanted to tell you about around the town things before I get into it? Yeah, that's good. Oh, somebody was telling me. So you guys know that I am supposed to be going to see Dustin Ross for at the City Winery on July 7th. And you guys were saying you didn't know who Dustin Ross was, and I didn't have any pictures of him at this time. This is Dustin. This is who I'm going to see. You can also watch him on YouTube. He does Monday nights with Carlos King, where they review all of the latest reality shows on TV or streaming. And so he's one of the 4 panelists. So it's Carlos King, Claudia Jordan, Dustin Ross, and either Blue Taluzma or I forgot what the other woman's name is. But yes, this is Dustin Ross, so you guys can see. And I also have a meet and greet. And he said he's going to be doing all the prom pictures. And so this is who I'm going to be doing my prom picture with. And I'm like, yes. So look forward to that picture because July 7th is next week. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. All right. Now, back to the stuff that I wanted to talk about. Where is it? I want to share this story with you because I thought this was interesting. And I always wondered about this video. It's about, so this is another story, reason why I'm talking about perimenopause. But this isn't perimenopause, but what is his name? Dennis? Doggone it. Let me pull it up. So, siedahgarrett, I think that's how you say her name. She is known for 2 songs that I know of. Don't Look Any Further. And then I Can't Stop Loving You, I believe, by Michael Jackson. Anyway, Dion Cole recently, no, it's not recent now. I want to say this was either May or early June. He interviewed her, and this is what she had to say. Again, I'm playing this video. According to the Copyright Act, da 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 da. You'll see it on my screen in a minute. Here.
Shooting that video
in the basement of Motown, and I think it costs $11.57.
Don't go
at the
any
time.
further.
Yeah.
Now, was he on cocaine?
He was on something. I don't know.
Because his mouth kept moving.
And the producer was like, the director, she said, "Can you put your gum here?" He said, "I ain't got no gum. I ain't got no gum." In Spain.
I know. All these years, I was sitting there going, he on coke.
I don't know what he was on, but he was
Because he
not.
had never had no gum in his mouth. But I thought he had gum at first, and then I was like, no.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, that's so crazy. Can I ask you a question? Be honest. When you all was shooting that video,
In the basement of Motown, and I.
Isn't that crazy? I was like, I always used to look at that video and I'm like, why didn't he get some dentures that fit? All this time. Me, I don't know nothing about no cocaine. So have you guys ever heard of cocaine making you what was that? I was tripping about that. Did you guys know this? Alright. Please like my video. If you like it, please. If you don't like it, I understand. But my views are up, but not my likes. Let's get in the habit of liking the video when you're watching. Also, I see that you guys are starting to comment more. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's keep that up. Let's keep up the conversation. Let's start a dialogue in the freaking comments. Don't just talk to me. If you see a comment from somebody else, you can reply to them too. Let's talk about it. Let's build up this community where we're over 50. And like I said, I'm not excluding the millennials because you guys are going through some of this stuff too. So, millennials, over 50 crowd, Gen X, let's all come together and let's have a dialogue. And with that being said, I'm done. This is my last video to you guys. And probably won't see another video from me until next week. So thank you for checking me out. Thank you for hanging in there with me. And next week I can't wait. Oh yeah, this weekend is the 4th of July. What do you guys have planned? Is anybody barbecuing? If so, hit me up in the comments and tell me where. Because I'm gonna come by and get me a plate. Also, let me know if you know about any fun activities this 4th of July that are going on. Because, of course, with Chicago, there's always stuff going on. I know I've been telling you guys about stuff going on around town, but I didn't specifically focus on the 4th of July because my butt's going to be inside. I'm sorry. I've gotten to the point, especially with this teen takeover crap, I'm just done. Oh, I got a video for y'all I want to show you real quick before I let you go. So I'm going to share my screen in a minute. But it was a video that I saw during one of these teen takeovers in one of the neighborhoods that was hilarious. And I have been meaning it to show it to you guys for the longest time and kept forgetting. And I just remembered. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to just tell you. So while I'm at it, I might as well show you both of these. So I'm going to show you this one first. Let me go back and share my screen. Share. The first thing was, did you guys hear about Therese Randle? She was in the movie Girl 6. She was in Malcolm X. She was in a lot of movies in the 90s. She was in Bad Boys. She played she was in Bad Boys 1 and 2 and 3. And she played Martin Lawrence's wife. Long story short, she was accused, and this, like I said, this was old. This is from June 6th. She's accused of breaking into her ex-boyfriend's home and was caught smoking crack in his closet with his dog. And so this is according to court documents obtained by TMZ. Dario Polini claims Randall has been harassing him since their relationship in 2024. The most recent incident allegedly occurred on June 1st when Polini returned home and discovered the actress inside his residence. In the filing, Polini alleges he found Randall sitting in the closet with my dog while smoking crack cocaine. He claims she appeared shocked by his arrival and told him she believed he was in jail. I guess that's why she said, I ain't gonna smoke crack in my house, so I can't be your house. Anyway, long story short, it says that Randle became agitated and began making incoherent statements. The situation reportedly escalated when she allegedly threw a can of vegetables that struck him in the head after he threatened to call the police. Officers were eventually called to the scene, and Bellini says Randle was removed from the property. The restraining order request also details an earlier incident on May 18th. So yada yada yada. I'll put the link in the description if you would like to read it further. But I was just wondering if you guys have heard about this, because the last Bad Boy movie that they made, she wasn't in it, and they actually replaced her. And so I wonder if it's because she's falling off, um, you know, um, doing the things or whatever. It's sad to hear, because I want to say she's in our age group, and I don't know. I would like to see her, living her best life and doing the things like I try and do, traveling and so on and so forth, not getting hooked on the drugs and the stuff out there. So let me see. Am I gonna be able to find this video? I had a lot of it, so you know what all this is. This is like a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I just haven't gotten to it. And some of it is just stuff that I want to keep. Like if you see all these these drinks, those are drink recipes that I want to follow. And then you see I have the hairstyles that I want to try out. I can't find the video, but dang. Basically what happened was this guy came out and started videoing all of these kids doing a teen takeover in his neighborhood. And he was like, what the heck y'all doing? Do you know where you at? He was like, this the hood. We sell drugs around here. Because all of y'all mofos in my neighborhood, y'all scaring away business and got the police over here. It was just so funny that he was mad, not that they were doing the teen takeover, but the fact that because they were doing the teen takeover, they brought the police in the neighborhood and he couldn't sell his drugs. So I can't find it. But yeah, that's everything that I have for you guys. So bye. Enjoy your weekend. I will have more content for you. Next week is my comedy thing with Dustin Ross at City Winery. I'm going to post that video, if they allow me video, like the candy thing. They took the phone, so I may not be able to record any content. So if I'm able to record content, I will get that to you next week. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend and be safe. Bye.